Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Somewhere in the world, you are in one of those time spans. I am excited to have you here with me. My name is Tina Boyle White, the host of the Bridge Broadcast Show. Welcome on this evening. Well, this is a live impact of COVID session. We've been doing these sessions for the last 4 weeks, and this session is no different from any of the other sessions that we've done. We just happen to be blessed to have another phenomenal team of women tonight who will actually share with you a wide variety of how COVID-19 has not taken them down, but they've actually defeated it in their own ways. So who am I? I am Tina Boyle White, the host of the Bridge Broadcast Show. And our focus is really, we're the gateway to get you from where you are to where you want and need to be in life. And we focus on three specific areas. We focus on spirit, soul, and body. And I guarantee you, in the midst of that somewhere, we will be sure to meet you where you are and meet your needs and really help you get to the other side. So welcome, sit back and relax, and we will get to the points, and I promise you, you will get something for you on this evening. I'm excited to be a part of WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network. I'm really blessed to be amongst one of the greatest broadcasting networks where we aim to educate, empower, and encourage. And as the Bridge and the WYTV7 collaborate here tonight, we are guaranteed to hit you where you really need to be. Okay, not hit you, but impact your lives. Yes. Well, you know what? Without delay, I wanna just go ahead and introduce my panel. They will introduce themselves actually, and we'll go ahead and start right now. My first panelist.
Hey, my name is Stephanie Ryder. I'm a celebrity hairstylist, and I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm here to represent salons.
Welcome, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Diane Weekly with Diane Weekly Coaching, and I am located here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Thank you so much, Diane. I really have a love for the southeastern part of the country. Thank you and welcome.
Hi, I'm Terry Hensley with Hensley Realty. I'm here in Charlotte, North Carolina as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Pastor Gloria Council, Sold Outreach Ministries, and I am from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Wow, welcome, Pastor Council. Well, you know what? I know I'm across the country from you, and we've been at this almost now 50 or so days, and this has been a very interesting time, and we really want to help people really navigate through this. I've seen protesting on TV. I've seen concerns for people wanting to give back, and I'm realizing that many businesses have been impacted by what's happening. Our numbers, I haven't looked at the numbers today, but being in the 80,000 number range, we have truly been impacted in this country. And we've not only been impacted in this country, we've just been impacted in the world. And it's been no different. This is such a very interesting time and season, to go through a pandemic. This is definitely one for the books. Some people, when you think about this, you have the range of emotions that you've gone through. But tonight, you're going to hear some stories about people who have really taken, these lemons and made lemonade. I'd like to say it like that. There's some things that we've learned, some new ways of beings, a new normal. And so tonight, let's start off with our first panelist to talk about our new normal and our new ways of being. Stephanie, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me with WYTV. I want to first thank everybody for being here and part of this panel. I've been impacted just like so many small businesses. We're governed by not only the federal government, but also the governor. By that, I'm associated with state board. State board is regulated through the government. We were shut down, just like many people have lost their jobs. But we were truly blessed with the fact that as a salon, we were able to come together, and support each other via text. Some people were actually singing, but I wanted to let you know that we will be opening as soon as the governor allows it and state board allows us to open. We are going through a protocol where we are making sure that the salon is safe and that everything is followed as far as who can enter the salon, the fact that we wear PPE, masks, the fact that we have sanitizing for the clients who come in, who actually leave, that they're sanitized, that all people who are actually waiting for an appointment have to wait out in their car. We are, again, making sure the safety of everybody, yes, we would like to open and make money, but at the same time, we really want to make sure that everybody's safe and protected. Yes, I've had a lot of people wanting to get their hair done, but at the same time, it's very important that we remain calm and know that, in the end, the light is coming. You will be able to get your hair done, but it needs to be in a safe environment.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. This new normal is really causing all of us to be like really precautious. I don't know about you guys. I spent a lot of time shopping during this season. I've never, the grocery store has never been my like social hangout, never before. Now I love Costco. Costco was one of the places where you had to have a mask. And so, well, for us, Costco and Menards, this new normal, it is nothing really to minimize. And there's a lot that goes along with that. When I think about it, when I think about how this new normal is impacting us, many people are reacting differently and they're not able to handle this emotionally. And so Diane, talk to us about how do we navigate to this new normal? Like some people say, I just want it to be like it used to be. Help us out.
That's a really good question because it's not going to be like it used to be. And we still are in the same context, even though we're in COVID, we are in the same context that we've been for many, many years. If you look statistically, 1 in 2 marriages and families in the United States end in divorce. And this happens because people don't know how to tune into their feelings and their emotions. They don't know how to ask for what they want. They don't understand their boundaries and how it all works. And let me just say that I'm like everybody else. I'm my first client. I've got to, take care of my own feelings, figure out how to tune in, how to get squared up with myself and take care of, that self-responsibility for me first so that I can really relate better with my family. And that's been a big opportunity to practice what I teach and to practice what I coach. And let me just say, I'm not always doing it perfectly, but that's part of the whole thing. So there are some really great techniques that I've come across and also used in the past, but even now more than ever before, have had to use within my own family system. So that has been one of the hidden blessings in this COVID-19 process.
Well, tell them about your Diane weekly coaching. Like, tell them, what can you tell them?
Okay, well, my whole focus, my mission really is to assist individuals and families in repairing and restoring relationships now and into the future. So, maybe you've had a breakdown with a family member, a significant family member. Maybe it was a spouse or a son or daughter, and maybe there's been distance between you. It's never too late to connect with the people that you love, as long as you can figure out how to do it and learn new ways to relate to one another. So that's the focus of the work that I do with people, and love doing that kind of work. And as part of that also, it's really looking at kind of the healthy mind platter that we all, mind, body, spirit, that's all part of this, healthy whole relationship process. So I work with people to have that happen.
Thank you so much, Diane. It's been times like this that, we've really are becoming more in tune and more self-aware. And this has been a unique opportunity to tap into relationships and refine those relationships and really come to appreciate and value, because we were going really at Mach speed. It just too fast. And so, Terry, speak to us about how, Diane talked about the coaching, how this has impacted you along with your business and your family, how you were not really segmented. It's all one.
Yeah. Well,
And talk to us.
originally,
Yeah.
well, so as a realtor, right, we're constantly moving and shaking. We're moving from one location to the other. People are texting and asking questions all throughout the day and night, and we're moving very quickly. We're trying to take care of our clients, trying to make sure everyone is getting what they need and being cared for in a proper manner, making the biggest purchase typically for most of us in our lives. So it's spending a lot of time with people, but we're forgetting to spend time with our families sometimes. And COVID-19 kind of slowed us way down. The governor issued a stay-at-home order, and that meant that the realtors, we had to stay home too, right? We couldn't, initially they allowed us to go in and take a client into a vacant home. Then shortly after that, they stopped that as well. So that slowed us way down. And when that slowed us down, it gave me an opportunity to be present with my family. To be present in a lot of different ways. Normally, we are, attending church on Sunday, and you're following that protocol and you do what you normally do. COVID-19 kind of snapped a little, it's kind of like a snapback. It was kind of like, hey, let's get back to some of the things that we've always done, which was spending time, like quality time with our children, with our spouses and our family members. And like I said earlier, I found myself joining some really great Bible study groups. Like I have one that I join on Tuesday and Thursday mornings so that we can reconnect and get grounded and spend some time with a lot of people who are struggling in this time and being able to not know how to pray. Like I mentioned, also my dad passed away back in March, and my mom is now here with me, and her church did an amazing job of this 21-day meditation and prayer service. So I found myself listening to that. I mean, it has truly, truly been a great opportunity to reconnect. Now we're kind of back open, kind of sort of in the real estate world and being able to take our clients back out, but we're still doing it very carefully, very cautiously. We're out with masks and we're out with gloves and we're spraying everything and washing everything. But it's our new norm. And for now, we're just very thankful that we're able to do that. You're muted.
Thank you so much, Terry. That was really insightful. I was trying to make sure I give you full space. Really just blessed to have this insight that I'm getting from all of you as we look at business and personal care, all that integrated. This time, like you said, finding ministries and finding resources. Ministry is a huge part of what we do. A lot of people have become sensitive in this time to their purpose. It's like an awakening. And, tonight I'd like to hear from Pastor Gloria Council, how she's really stepped into her ministry and really is doing something. I don't want to say unprecedented, but, opening up a shelter in the midst of COVID. Please share with us about your ministry and what you're doing.
Yes, good afternoon. And I am, again, Pastor Gloria Council. I am very excited to be here on tonight. I am an employee with the Novant Healthcare. So we were home for about 2 months now during COVID. And my husband and I had prepared to actually open Women's Transitional Home in June of this year. And when COVID came about, we were praying and saying, God, what is it that you would like for us to do? And my ministry is actually in Albemarle, North Carolina. It's about 1 hour, 10 minutes from Mecklenburg County. And I have a different ministry. My ministry is in a conference room at an apartment community. And I service and take care of seniors and disabled so that they will not have to get dressed, of course. They don't have to drive. Many of them don't drive. So they're not able to get dressed. And I have service at 12 noon. The reason I do that is because elderly persons sometimes take medication. They have to prepare their foods. So I want to do 12 noon so that they'll have time to put on their clothing, don't have to dress up. They can just walk over to the conference room and we can have church. But my husband and I began to pray and ask God, what was it that he wanted us to do in this season of COVID? And the answer was, why wait till June? Do it now. Now is the time. Now is the season. Let's go ahead and prepare you now. And fortunately and unfortunately, my husband and I didn't have any grant monies. We didn't have any additional monies. We just have our paychecks. And the Lord said, I provide for you. And during the time that I was listening to him and hearing his voice, he said, don't be dismayed. I'll take care of you. I'll make sure that you have everything that you need, your lovely heart desire at this time. And my husband and I said, let's go ahead and do it now. And we opened April the 1st. And a small demographics of some of the ladies that I have, it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. And it's on a street called Bruton Street in Mecklenburg County. And I don't know if you all are familiar with that street. A pastor there, she's now deceased and gone on home to be with the Lord. But she had 13 rooming boarding houses on that same street. And this particular home that I have was sold. And it was no longer rental property. And I tapped into the owners and told the owners what I was trying to do. And they were in agreement with me. And I now have 5 young ladies that live in that property. They age anywhere from 28 years old to 64 years old. And I'm fully occupied there. And just a little bit about, and I'm not going to go in too deep, but I have 2 young ladies that were just released from prison. I have 1 young lady that came from the Salvation Army Women's Shelter. And I have 2 ladies that daughters placed them out of their properties because they met someone and the gentlemen did not want to be bothered with the mothers. So they displaced a parent. So those are the ladies that are in my property now. And I am just grateful to sit here and say that God did it. He did it. And when I prepared that home, I placed everything in the home brand new. All the bedding, living room, dining room, all the comforter sets, dishes, pots, pan, everything was brand new. So I just thank God on today to be able to do that for those ladies.
Wow. Amazing. You know, hearing from all of you, I'm just so excited. I get so excited. It's like, you know, this was, you know, a couple of weeks ago, one of the panelists he said it like this: you don't want to come out of this time without something. You know, to have gone through this phase or this season, make sure you come out of it with something. And so as I'm looking at you ladies, just amazing, powerful women, I'd like for you to speak to the women. What have you been doing for self-care? Women have so many roles: mother, wife, sister, aunt, niece, you name it. How have you all taken care of yourself in this season? Speak to the audience. And this is what makes it so unique, because what you have to say is going to be a blessing to many women across the globe. And so please share from your heart. Stephanie.
Hey, I'm very much a Christian, so I rely, on God above, number one, to keep my mind at peace and to really, pray to him and to say thank you for the things and the blessings that I have. Without him, I'm nothing. And for the women out there who are struggling, I've been struggling myself. I laugh because, my husband's bought me Calgon where I actually have my time in the bathtub, so I can relax and just, make peace with myself and know that, I got a new day. The sun's out. It's a blessing. There is light at the end of the tunnel, even though it seems to be dark. And I can tell you, I've had dark moments. But I know that as long as we are, rely on each other, and that means, your friends, family, coworkers, anybody, don't leave yourself open to think that, you're by yourself, because you're not. It may seem that way, but you're not. Just take a time and just take a deep breath and say, thank you, Lord, for all the things that you've given me and these opportunities. And I know that this trial will pass. And there, again, we will be back on track. It may be different, which it is different, but it's going to be okay. You're not alone. And if you feel like you need somebody, reach out. There's plenty of people out there. Diane's one of them. There is somebody. I myself have sought counseling because, I realize that it's just me. And sometimes you need somebody else to reassure you that you're going to be okay. You're not alone.
Wow. Thank you, Stephanie, for that. Diane.
That was really beautiful. I find that the days that I don't take that early meditation time, there's a rocker, Papa Jack's old rocker, that I sit in every morning. And that's where my prayer and meditation starts that day. And often I'll start with my coffee and prayer there, or I'll go out onto the back patio and just be present to nature. And gosh, the beauty of this spring has been absolutely unbelievable to me. With the green is greener, the blue is bluer, the skies are just amazing. And all those things really make a difference. So creating that sacred time for yourself, that is critical. Each person needs to do that so that we can listen and hear. I really believe the power in the pause point of view, even throughout the day, taking time to pause and be your own pal, at the pause, ask yourself, what's going on with me right now? Because your emotions, my emotions on one day or another might go up and down and be all kinds of different places because of what we're experiencing and what our family is experiencing, and family members and friends and things, or clients that are experiencing this. So, and then really listening and accepting what's so. So that's one of the things that I find to be really good. And I'd love to share some more, especially there's a wonderful thing to share that you can do with children in particular.
Thank you, Diane. Terry, how can you enlighten us about self-care? You really hit us with a big one that Diane she shared, being present. Oh my God. Present.
Yes.
I like, and I want, before you talk, the sky is green, the sky is bluer, the grass is greener. Just like, oh, I never noticed that house right there. Oh, that's a big, beautiful house. Or wow, that was there all this time.
Yeah.
Present. Terry, enlighten us. How have you done self-care?
Well, one of the things I start with is daily waking up to, I have a Bible app that I use. So I try to read the quote of the day that they provide, and a lot of times some additional meditations that I try to do. And I'm getting much better at. I must admit, I'm not totally there with the meditation the way that I would like to be, but I've been practicing it. And I find that I am getting better. And when I am still, I find that I can hear a lot better, and it speaks to my spirit a lot better. And then my day is not as jumbled, because although we're home and we're spending this kind of time, it's downtime. People think, oh, well, since I'm home and I have all this time, I can do all these different things. But you don't, because your mind is still thinking about the stuff that's happening. So you don't want to, you want to eliminate and try to get rid of that and get quiet, so that you'll have an opportunity to receive more, and get, become more present and more grounded in where you are, from a daily basis. And like I mentioned earlier, I've joined my Bible study group 2 days a week, which is very helpful that I collaborate, right? So I don't find myself alone all the time. Because, sometimes when you're alone, your mind starts wandering off and you start thinking about all sorts of things that you have no business thinking about, right? So I like the idea of still collaborating in that Bible study group, so that we're like-minded, we're praying for one another, we're encouraging one another, we're giving each other strength to move forward with what we're, now facing.
Yes, Terry, thank you so much. The mind is how do they say, you don't want to be caught alone in your minds, in some of your mind's thoughts. Yeah, you don't want to be caught there alone because you got to be yanked out of there sometimes. So thank you so much for that. And it just reminds me about community. It's so critical. And going to Pastor Gloria, really, how have you seem like you're in any time that you get a divine kind of impartation and to step into, that's an exciting time. How have you self-cared, or you just rejoice? Talk to us. How have you self-cared?
I rejoice with, I like to cry because I like to get it out. I like to feel like I've made an impact. I've made a difference. My husband and I, we pray daily, even before COVID, every single day from day one when I met my husband. And actually, I met my husband at the altar at church, believe it or not. And we pray together every single day. We read our daily bread, which is a Bible app as well. And that's very encouraging to us both. And we like to be around positive energy. I think energy is very important. When you are an individual, you don't want to attach yourself to something that's not of a positive energy. So we try to attach ourselves to only positive energy. I talk to my members daily. I contact them, and some of them are elderly and don't know how to use computers, unfortunately, and they don't know how to text message. They don't know how to do any of their technology. So I pick up the phone and I call them to make sure they're okay. And I ask them, how are you feeling today? What do you feel today? If there's something that they're going through, I say, don't suffer in silence. Please don't suffer in silence. With myself, I meditate and I also deep breathe. I practice a deep breathing exercise that really smooth everything over. So when I'm deep breathing and it relaxes my body, I feel very content and I feel amazing. And I don't allow my emotions to take over. I allow my emotions to flow very freely, very freely. So I always like to go out back. I have a really nice patio out back and I like to listen to the birds chirp, and I see rabbits and I watch them and I sit there and just nature. So I'm enjoying this time, but I really miss my patients at work and I miss my members.
Yes, I can so tell this group is a nurturing group of loving people, loving community, loving relationships. And Stephanie, I know you haven't seen your clients, and I know you want to get back to them, but as we talk about this self-care, you have to take care of yourself, and we can't take things for granted. We have to take good care of ourselves physically, how we eat, how we rest, and it's been a beautiful thing how this has really slowed us down. And I'm sure for any women who will hear this will see amazing women and really just take it. It goes back to the KISS method. Keep it simple, sweetheart. We won't use negative energy. Keep it simple, sweetheart.
Natural.
Natural.
I've had more people say to me, I'm beginning to gray a little bit and I'm not really liking it, my edges are showing. I'm like, just give yourself a break. You're gonna be okay. We all are having this issue. It's all right. You're not alone.
They said that there was no dye on the shelf. After all the toilet tissue was gone, then it was the dye.
And I also think in this season that we really find out what things are most important to us.
Oh my God.
I have a 34-year-old son, and I've actually been wearing nails for 37 years without taking them off. And this is the time that I've never had them. But I can honestly say that the things that we think are most important to us are really not as important as we think they are.
My
To
goodness.
gravitate to what God has just for us and not think about things that really aren't so important.
Isn't that amazing? In this conversation, we've talked about, you know what? You know, the birds chirping. It's like, oh, they sound so beautiful. When you think about, you think about a scripture in Matthew talking about how the birds are so free and, they don't worry about anything. I think this is a life lesson to get us to see how that there's no worry, no anxiety. They fly around, they play with each other, they handle the rain, they shake it off. It's just, we have so much that we can learn. And you ladies have really brought it out this evening. And this is a really, this is like a sweet, special panel. There's that women's finesse in this panel. So, as we start bringing this home, Stephanie, tell us 3 things that if you never had a chance to tell this audience, what are 3 things that you could leave with them that will leave an impact, like an indelible, like just a mark? What would those 3 things be?
My 3 things would be self-love. Number 1, got to love yourself. It's okay to have moments, that you break down and, you're not getting along with a family member. It's okay. There's always tomorrow. And number 3, your health is most important. Don't give up on yourself.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Diane, I see you're drawing it down. It's like, oh, what can I tell them?
Well, I was thinking, I don't know if I can do this in 3, but I was thinking about what Pastor Gloria said about allowing emotions to come and go. And that's very much about, there's a wonderful book for children called Sitting Still Like a Frog by Eileen Snell. And she has an exercise in there, which is taking your personal weather report. And I think teaching our children that it's really going to work out, that it's going to be all right. Just like we had tornado warnings last week and we had thunderstorms, but then those things roll away and the sun comes back out again. And so our emotions are that way too. Take your personal weather report. What's going on? Am I stormy inside right now? Or is it sunny and bright? And then I guess that would be the first thing, take that. And then the second thing is ask your best friend, your spouse, that significant person that you want to connect with, how's your personal weather report? What's going on with you? Ask and then listen. Remember the acronym WAIT, which is why am I talking? Stop and listen. That's what I like to leave with you.
Thank you so much. That was so precious, Diane. Terry, what would those 3 things be you would share?
Well, for me, I think love yourself and others, be patient, and trust your heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to have you put it in 3 because I know you guys could go on and say more, but but it's rich. There is an emergence of a theme here.
Yeah.
There's an emergence of a theme. Pastor Gloria, what would those 3 things be? Ooh, she's got something really good to say. We want to hear it, Pastor. You're muted. Tell us. Let me unmute you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That was so good. We were with you. Whatever you were saying, we were right on the edge of our seats.
Just remain focused and please don't lose your focus after COVID-19 is over. Just remain focused, people. Focus is very important during this season. And cherish life. Life is so important, just not today, tomorrow, but every single day. Cherish life. And also to embrace the moment. Embrace this moment. Like Terry stated earlier, how she's gained, so much passion for family time during this time. So have I. It's been just so amazing. And just let's continue to do those things.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, this panel has just been so amazing, from talking about how do we prepare for these new norms, how do we adjust our environments to work, to how we handle our emotions. It's okay, to listening and to hearing and asking, to relationships, and really appreciating this time to just does those things really matter. And so today I feel like this is an evaluation to really self-care, self-love, to take care of yourself, and to really value those things that are really important in this season and even after this. As we wrap up, I'll start with Stephanie. Your one final thought, and then tell people how they can reach you.
Well, you can reach me either at stephanieryder.com, or you can reach me with my phone number at 704-777-5240. I am off of Park Road. I do straight natural curly hair. There isn't a necessity that I don't do. So if you're looking to have your hair straightened, please hit me up. Just understand that I am regulated by the governor. So when it's time to open, I will be more than welcome to welcome you into my salon. Thank you.
Awesome, Stephanie. Thank you for being on the show. Diane.
Gosh, what was the question? What do we want?
How can they reach you? And one final thought, if there was something that was coming up for you.
There's back to the power of presence. And, when people are hurting, sometimes there's nothing you can say, but just being present, being with them, that's more than enough. And self-regulate that writing reflex. We don't have to fix everyone. That's our higher power. That is God's job. And that's that individual's responsibility for themselves. So be present with them. That's how you can be responsible to them, not for them. And I guess the best way to get in touch with me would be either to go to my website, which is dianeweekly.com, or you can call 980-224-3554 and leave a message, or just email me at diane@dianeweekly.com. I'd love to chat with you and see how we can support each other.
Thank you so much, Diane, for being with us this evening. Terry, any final thoughts, and how can they reach you?
Well, my final thought is, I just want people to know that there's a plan. God has a plan with everything that happens and everything that he does. So just don't forget that there's a plan, and we are all a part of it. And if you are looking for a good realtor, you can reach me at 704-502-0241, or check out my website at hansleyrealty.com.
Thank you so much, Terry, for being with us this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, Pastor Council.
Yes, again, I'm fairly new with the transitional home, so you can reach me with my email address. It's Souled Outreach Ministries. That's SOULED Outreach Ministries @gmail.com, or call me at 980-285-2101. Again, 980-285-2101. And presently building the website as we speak. And my, what was the question in regards to the ending thought?
Any final thoughts you had?
Yes. Hope will never end. It's only the beginning. And the beginning begins here.
Wow. Well, Stephanie, you didn't have a, thank you so much, Pastor Council. Did you have a final thought that you wanted to share. I don't think I got one, but I wanted to give you the opportunity before we left this evening. If you don't have to.
Who, me? I'm sorry. My mind left me. My final thought is be present in the moment, that, you know, that God is with you, and without him, we're nothing. We all are all equals. So just love each other and love yourself.
Well, thank you, ladies. It has been my pleasure as the host of the Bridge Broadcast Show, where we focus on getting you from where you are to where you want and need to be in life. And I think we did the job tonight. I think we encouraged, empowered, and educated someone who may hear this broadcast from where they are to across the world, or to where all of us are. Someone is going to be impacted, and I think we did the job this evening. I'm really honored to facilitate this conversation. And again, I thank WYTV7 Christian Broadcast Network for allowing us to be able to bring this impact of COVID-19 to everyone that's listening. You know, I got from tonight that, you know, this something that may be a setback is just a setup for your comeback. So ladies, let's say bye to the audience and wave goodbye.
everyone.
And we'll see you on next week. Bye-bye now. Thank you.